Hello awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another game between Harstem and Bunny. This is going to be game number 2. Now if you haven't seen the previous one, please I do recommend that if you go back on my channel and you search for the previous game, it'll be right before this one. It would be definitely more beneficial to know what happened in the first game. Now this is going to be Team Invasion Esport Harstem. He's from the Netherlands, playing the Protoss on the bottom right hand side of Prion Terraces. On the top left we do have Liquid Bunny, Team Liquid obviously, and he's from Denmark. Now we're going to see how this game is going to begin. Pretty much the beginning is the most important here. Now we don't have any Zerg players, so no early expansions on the gold. We do have the gateway blocking off this path here, so just to make it a little bit more awkward to harass. Now it does look like the Terran player is opting for a block here, potentially to prevent the adept play. It does seem that Harstem is very fond of adept play, and I saw this both when he was playing Bly and he was playing in the previous game also the same. Now a 2-worker gas being up quite early here, so that's quite interesting. I do believe that he is going to have a few adepts on the field very early, and it does appear that there's a Nexus going down as well. And just to note, this Nexus is going down before the Cybernetics core, and the Cybernetics core is now up. Now a Reaper beginning from Liquid Bunny, and then probably going to start with the command center. So a second gas already on the way. So this is going to be potentially developing outside of the Reaper very quickly. He's probably going to throw down a reactor or science attachment. Nope, he is going to be beginning with the factory, so going to be interesting to see if he's going to do some sort of different style in this game. There we go, we do have the tech lab down. So there's a full block, obviously to prevent the adept run by. He is now aware of the expansion. He does see the timing, of course, very important. And he decided to not go any further than that. He decided to just sneak this on here. I do believe it's out of vision. This is actually perfect for him. Now if there's going to be any probes walking around here, it will make that visible. And I do believe that an adept would absolutely slaughter. Yeah, does get taken out there. Very well done. Using the mothership core to do sufficient damage to the Reaper to take it out. Ooh. Oh, that's quite interesting. You don't really see Cyclones that often in this expansion, and it's definitely an underplayed unit. It does have its uses. I don't really see that much of that use. So of course, once I do learn why specifically somebody would go for a Cyclone, I will start updating you on that. It looks like a reactor going down on the barracks here, so going to be interesting to see if this is going to be a 1-1-1 build using Medivacs and Marines. A third command center is up over there as well. Getting a free SCV here. Oh, there we go. We do have the Cyclone being used right now to destroy this adept. Definitely going to catch him out. Not much that can be done about that. Now the command center has been spotted, so this will be quite a prime time for our Protoss player to do a bit of damage. Now he does use the recall ability to get away from the Cyclone, otherwise he would have lost the mothership core, which wouldn't have really resulted in anything good for him. Let's have a quick look. Mass recall teleports the mothership and all nearby units to the targeted nexus, and it only costs 50 energy. Quite interesting to note. To be honest, I don't really see this used as much as it should. I mean, 50 energy, no cooldown, that is pretty damn ridiculous. Should definitely be using that a little bit more in terms of, okay, well, I've overreacted, I mean, I've over committed to this, I should probably back off, let's use the mass recall. Unfortunately, not something we do see. Now there is an Oracle on the way right now, a second one actually being produced as well. Now because of this Cyclone, he will be definitely prepared for this. Gonna want to back off, and there isn't going to be much that he can do. Now, oh, Banshee also up, so Banshee and Oracle, both players using their air to ground capabilities There is one Phoenix on the way also, which will completely take care of that Banshee. No problem at all. There we go, it is right here. Is there an observer around? I don't believe so. Yeah, this is going to be quite nice for him actually, because he did use the Oracle to reveal him, so he can't really hide using stealth. Very good combination here. Now let's have a look here. We do have a bunch of gateways on the way. One robotics facility as well. We did see that earlier. Now the third base on the gold expansion is now up, so he's going to start pretty much heavily increasing his resource income. And this base is almost fully saturated also. Could probably consider it saturated at this point. There is 1-1 on the way for the ground units for Bunny. 2 more barracks on the way here also. So it does look like he's going to be doing quite a lot of marine play here. I definitely do like marine play with Terran versus Protoss, simply because Protoss have a very difficult time dealing with it. All of their units are quite chunky and, you know, like Stalkers and Immortals. They're very big, they fire slow, and they're very kind of bad at dealing with individual Marines. It's definitely a very strong build when going Terran versus Protoss. And there we go, we do have the shield for the Marines. We have also got the stem on the way. Bit of harassment going off here. I don't think he's going to get that much done here. Not even getting a single kill on that. There's 2 kills on a Phoenix. No kills on the Oracle as of yet. Refinery is up. Double refinery. This brings him to a total of 6 refineries. Now one thing I want to see, and I really want to see this, is battle cruisers. That would be so cool to see in a multiplayer game. Or a professional. Okay, why is this not working? Army supply, there we go. Now it's gone. Now these 3, again going up here. Not quite sure what he's going to want to do with them. Probably just scouting around a little bit. There we go, it does put on the reveal. Basically showing off all the units. Now there's quite a significant force here at this stage. There's 2 Widow Mines that also are visible to Harstem. And he does have a 4th Nexus on the way. Now let's look at the income tab. Looking at the income tab, the Terran has more income even though they're both on 3 bases. The reason for that is actually because of the mules. Mules generally do have a lot of extra income. Let's have a look where he's putting those down. There we go, in the gold base actually. So when a mule is mining the gold minerals, it appears that he is taking about, let me have a look there, 62. Oh, what? Seems to be taking about 20. Not quite sure actually. But one thing that's very interesting with mules and SCVs is they can both mine from this thing at the same time. I think that's a little bit overpowered, but hey, who might comment? Now the Widow Mines are down. I do believe that the Protoss player at the moment has a much stronger force here. If he in any way avoids engagement with the tank, for example, if he takes it out fast or if he just doesn't get near it, then the Protoss force will absolutely crush this. Now the siege tank is now up. It's going to be doing a little bit of poking around. Pretty sure it won't be able to get much done here by itself. Oh, overcharged, getting the Widow Mine a little bit early on the Widow Mine movement. Now that's quite interesting. A burrowed Widow Mine can be lifted by Phoenixes. Now there we go, this is, as I mentioned, if the Protoss player just engages straight onto this Terran army, he will absolutely crush it. And there was even more units behind here, so that wasn't even all of his army. Does have a bit of reinforcements coming down here. Now the Adepts did get a little bit overzealous there, so definitely wants to back them up a little bit. And this is quite an even trade here. I do believe that the Protoss will come on top if this continues on this way. But he is pushing. That's exactly what he wants to be doing. The Stalkers do blink in. I suppose he wants this to continue. All of these SCVs are going to get absolutely slaughtered right now. There is way too many Protoss units on the field. And I believe this is it. That's GG called by Liquid Bunny. Very well played by Harstem, realizing that at this point he is in a much better position than Bunny, having a huge army, and the Immortal / Stalker army are very difficult to deal with. Not that he had that many Stalkers, but he did have Adepts mostly there. Versus a bio play, very good composition. So that's pretty much that. We'll move on to game number 3. Hi guys, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. This was game number 2 between Harstem and Bunny, now resulting in a 1-1 to each side. Harstem taking this game, and that's pretty much it for this one. We're going to move straight on to game number 3. Now, of course, if you want to follow me on social media, the details are on my right, and of course the subscribe button is right below me if you want to follow me on YouTube itself. That would be very helpful. And as well, if you want to leave any comments, please do so below. I do really appreciate any comments and suggestions, seeing as that helps my channel grow. So that's pretty much it. I'll end it here. Good luck, have fun, take care, bye bye.